Like, Daddy, why are you so sad? That breaks your heart if your daughter said this, you know? When I was waking up, the walls were coming to me, you know? He had the words like, you helped me out of a dark place. Your most valuable message I had. Randy, why are you so angry? You're with your family? Why be so negative, you know? I try to be with the people that give me good energy.
More the knowledge, lesser the ego. Lesser the knowledge, more the ego. A quote by Albert Einstein. Thinking about yourself isn't a very strange thing to do. It comes naturally to us, and we were probably all designed that way from the start. Some behavioral scientists claim that 95% of our thoughts are about ourselves, or about events related to ourselves. Randy, welcome. This is a book written by Thomas Erikson about narcissists. And though narcissists have a really bad connotation in today's world, I think in the world of football, where everyone is really self-centered and thinks about themselves, it can be interesting to know like the psychology behind that. So I would like to give you this.
Oh, nice.
And
interesting, yeah. I'll read this 100%.
Sick, man.
Thank you.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing? We're doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. And today we're here with a new episode of the Success Show. And today we're joined by Randy Wolters, a football player that has played at many clubs. Talking about FC Utrecht, Go Ahead Eagles, out Den Haag, and now also being an entrepreneur, working in many different businesses. So we are really, really happy to have you. And
thank you. I'm happy to be here as well.
Super excited to have this talk, and let's get into it.
Yes, let's go.
Before you continue watching, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you never miss a future upload. Like you played it in a country where they spoke English, right?
Yeah.
How was that? Was it different? The culture, the language? Did you need time to adjust?
Yeah, it was a little bit difficult because first of all, your English is not top at that moment, and me and my wife, we were like, how are we gonna do this? You know. My first interview in the language there was in English. It was so funny. It was it was Louis van Gaal, you know. But yeah, the Dutch people always like laughing about each other, you know. Like when a Dutch guy or Dutch person speaking English, they were like, oh yeah, you cannot speak English, but over there they appreciate it. That you're speaking their language, you know, and they say, "No, your English is top," and I'm like, "What the fuck is he saying?" But it's like, yeah. And then at the moment, after 2-3 months, you're speaking words that you like, words like anxious or something, you know.
Yeah.
That's a word you never spoke about before, and then you are applying it in your language, you know, in your sentences. So that's funny. That's a funny thing. And now I played abroad in Greece as well. And now I have a daughter from 4 years old, and she's doing it as well. But for her, it's a little bit easier. But she's 4 years old and she's speaking English fluently, you know. So that's funny to see. And that's nice.
Were you actively trying to learn it, or were you just like living there? That was not because
I was asking a lot to the boys.
Yeah.
For example, they were always laughing about me when I was saying, what time do we go? Or what are you take for food?
Yeah.
What are you take? What do you take? So what are you having?
Yeah.
What time do we leave? So they were like making fun of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same thing. I have Moroccan friends, and they were sometimes speaking, you know what I mean? Like they fucking the Dutch language, you know. So I was the Moroccan guy over there.
yeah. I mean, but I think in a way like they appreciate it because you show that you're willing to do effort.
Yeah, 100%,
to learn it.
100%. Yeah.
And like for example, like a French person, if they come to your country, they'll speak French to you.
100%. That's the funny part. Like when you're in France or in countries like that, you know, they are like patriotic, I think.
Yeah.
And do you speak English? No, French.
Yeah.
But they appreciate it.
Yeah.
They always say you're speaking the language better than I speak your language.
Yeah.
That's a funny part. That's a funny thing.
And then talking about like foreign languages, you played in Greece.
Yeah.
How did you experience that? It was different.
Yeah, it was a lot different. But over there, the people are very they like to help, you know. So, and I'm always try to see how it is, the culture in the country that I live, and I want to learn the language. It's also easy because the before I had an Australian coach from Croatia, Australian. So he was the language that we spoke in the dressing room was most of the time English, you know. But after a couple of months, he got sacked, and then I had a trainer coach from Greece, and then the meetings were in Greece.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, everything. We had a translator.
Okay.
But at the moment, at that moment, you the how do you say, the Greek boys are speaking their language.
Yeah.
And you take it.
It makes it hard.
Yeah.
And, like, were there any other international players aside from?
Yeah, well, it was half. We had 32 players or something. It was like half.
Okay.
Like 16.
Yeah.
And at one point you understand the Greek meetings.
Yeah.
Because it's a repeating thing, you know.
Yeah.
So. And now sometimes when I'm walking on the street, a lot of Greek people here in Holland.
Yeah.
It's so funny to see it. But normally you don't look at it, or you don't you hear it. But now we always, when we me and my wife, when we have anniversary from a year, we always go to a Greek restaurant.
Yeah.
And now I say Kalimera, Tikanis, Kala, you know. So that's funny. But they appreciate it as well, that you want to learn the language. I was always asking, how do you say this? How do you say that? So that's funny.
Is that a approach you have in life in general? Because that's a very curious approach.
Yeah, I was eager to learn. I want to know how people think, if they have specialties, how they do it, you know. So it's always good to learn. I'm a guy who's very socializing, very happy to know people, you know, and it's always good.
Yeah, I think that's also the first image I got of you, because we were at the training together.
Yeah,
and you were really like outgoing and welcoming, and that's also like that's a very nice type of energy to be around, and it puts everyone around you at ease as well.
Yeah, it takes the pressure away.
Yeah.
Sometimes they think, but I'm a normal guy.
Yeah.
My shit smells the same as you. But it's like, it's how do you say? Just do normal, you know. Do your thing. Be happy. Doing your thing, and why?
Like why act out of place?
Yeah,
right?
why? Yeah.
But I think in the football world, like I mean, we have a book on the table. It's called "Surrounded by Narcissists."
Yeah.
It's a bit extreme, but I can imagine in the football world, you have a lot of like individual characters around you that think of so much of themselves, and for a reason, obviously. They didn't go to the club because like they're good and they know that.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Because
most of the time I'm the best with my own competition. So the people we were fighting on the same spot, most of the time they are my mates. And that's not on purpose or something. That's how it goes. A little bit the same characters, you know, on the position you play. And I'm believing in my own strength. Like if he's a good player, I need to be better. You know, it motivates me. If there's a big talent coming behind me, I'm helping them because I need his pressure to do my thing and to do the best on the pitch, you know. So I'm not thinking in problems, I'm thinking in solutions, you know. So that's a little bit how I think. And I'm a happy guy, you know. I want to help everyone, and sometimes you forget yourself because of it, but most of the time it's going well.
That's something that I want to talk about after, like putting yourself first. But I think before that, like you mentioned, pressure, and we had Hans Kroon on the podcast, and he really boldly said, pressure is a privilege. Do you also agree with that? I
think so. Yeah, I think so. You need pressure. I need pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure brings focus. Pressure brings how do you say? power to win. You know, like the willing to win.
Yeah, willpower.
Yeah, you need pressure in life. If something goes easy, I'm like, yeah.
And like when you're on the pitch, like what are things that put pressure on you? Is it the supporters? Is it
how do you say that? The you want to do good. You want to show everyone how good you are. You want to help the team with your qualities, with my crosses, with my shots on goal, with my 1v1s, with my fighting spirit. You want to show that you are the best at your position, and you want to win, of course.
you want to prove yourself?
Yeah, you have moments that you want to prove yourself, of course, 100%. Sometimes I'm playing a top match, and then there were 3 or 4, maybe 5 things that didn't go well, and then I'm speaking with my father on the phone, and I was like, "How has this happened? How has that happened? Why?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Come on, man, it's 3-5 moments of 90 minutes. You had 80 moments, and you're talking about the 5 moments, you know." But I always try to criticize myself because, for example, if we're losing the ball and you need to sprint back, so you need to defend, that's a normal thing, I think. Sometimes people say, "Yeah, I sprinted back," and they want to tap on their shoulder, but I think it's a normal thing to run back when you lose the ball, you know, and that are the things that, like, that's a normal thing. So I don't need to have a tap on my shoulder, you know.
Yeah.
So that's your things that you need to do. That's your basic things you need to do. If you lose the ball, you run back, you defend, you help your mate behind you. You make the pitch small. You know, like play compact so they cannot play easy around you or through you. You know, so yeah. Maybe it's prove yourself, but it's also prove the coach, for example, that you doing your thing. You know.
Yeah, I mean, teamwork makes the dream work, right? In football,
100%.
You're playing with 10 other players.
Yeah.
So, like, I think, like, some players, or even in all different sports, are very self-centered, and they and that can happen. But then you forget the mission, right?
It's like your team, of course, but in the team there are own how do you say, companies.
Yeah, own little companies, basically.
Yeah, and you need to do it. You don't need to be the best friends, but you need to work together as best as possible. And that's it, I think. And if you lose the game, you first see how it went with the team, and if you screen that, you're analyzing that, then you analyze yourself. And sometimes you can lose a game, but you play a good game by yourself, you know. If I give 2 assists and I didn't lose the ball a lot, I worked hard in defending, but also in attacking. But we still lose. Of course, it can happen. You can still have a good game, but you lost the game.
Yeah.
And it's about eventually it's about the 3 points that you want to win. You know.
Yeah.
So
Though sometimes there are some exceptions, right? Because on your first game, when you scored that goal, but you lost the game.
Yeah.
The 4-1.
Yeah, my debut. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your debut.
Yeah. For example, this we lost 4-1. Yeah. 1-4 from Venlo.
Yeah.
My first game, 17 years old, I scored in my debut. And I was like, at that moment, I didn't knew because I wanted to take the ball. You see it, I said, get the ball. What was the 91 winner, I think. But you're living that moment. You're living in
I mean, the adrenaline, everything.
Yeah,
right?
everything. Yeah, I really didn't know any clue which minute it was. Never. And the game ended, and everybody was disappointed about the game, but they were happy for me. I think I make a, how do you say,
like a round.
Yeah, like a round. Yeah, in my like by myself.
Yeah.
But everybody was happy for me, and because of it, of course they didn't forget the 4-1, but they were so happy for me that I made my debut. I scored in my debut, and for me it was also like you deserve your spot. How do you say it? Like,
Yeah, like you earned your spot.
You earn your spot, yeah. And that was for me, yeah. With not long thinking about it, was a very important moment for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You spoke about your father briefly about like after a game and for example it goes wrong or it goes right and you have that call with him. What was he a very supportive figure in your life when it comes to?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he was everywhere. The funny part is like when I was young, my mother wanted to put me on football. My father didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the funny part because if he's my shadow, it's like where I am, he's sitting on the pitch now with this camera. He's like a freelancer now. So he had some developments as well, but yeah, he's my how do you say, he's my rock. You know, he's my
strong foundation.
Yeah, 100%. If I'm feeling bad, I'm after a training, I'm always calling him. Always. That's how do you say, that's the part of my life, you know.
Routine.
Routine. Yeah. I step in my car, 10 minutes. I call him my dad. How are you, Dad? What are you doing? The first two questions I always say. What are you doing? He's working or he's at home or, you know. And then we're talking about the training or we're talking about what happened after training or before training or in a meeting or we speak about it. And then sometimes he's getting tired of me to criticize myself. But yeah, that's funny. But it is how it is. And yeah, that's for me very, very important. Yeah.
In football, like there are some people that perhaps don't have that, like a rock, like you mentioned it. Do you think that makes it harder for someone to perform, like, or even to just evaluate and have someone to really talk to?
I think it's very good if you have it, if you have someone where you can talk about it. But it's like, how do you say? Sometimes my father is when I'm criticizing myself. He's like trying to get the negatives out.
Yeah.
But sometimes I want to because I know for myself when I play a bad game or when I play a good game. I know it. I don't need to hear it from other people. I know it.
Yeah.
So sometimes I know I had some shit moments and then he said, yeah, but you didn't get the ball right or look at the pitch or... So sometimes it's like he's always Team Randy, you know?
Yeah, he's on your side.
Yeah, and sometimes I need someone's like I don't know.
Tough love.
Yeah, like who's saying it to my.
That's more direct.
Yeah, like more direct. Yeah, and that's sometimes.
You need both, right?
Yeah, you need both. So maybe I'm because of it, because my father, for example, is always giving me love. I'm a little bit harder for myself, but. Yeah, this is how it is.
Is that an important quality? I mean, like being hard on yourself, but also being very self-aware. Because you mentioned like after a game, you watch the game back. I'm sure many players do that.
Yeah.
But it takes some kind of courage as well, because we hear many athletes that, for example, in boxing or in the UFC, after they have a fight and they lose, they do not want to watch the match back.
It's like. I always want to see it, if it's good or it's bad. Sometimes it's bad and you're doing it. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Or you think that you're very you're top of your game. You're like always getting the ball. In your mind, you're like, you did a lot, and then you're watching it back, and I was like, I didn't do a lot. And then I'm asking, why am I thinking that I did a lot? You know. And then you see things. What can you do better? What could you do better? Yeah, that's sometimes fun. And sometimes you think that you played a very bad game, and then it wasn't so bad at all. You know, so like it's both sides.
Yeah.
And of course, for people, I wish everybody had a dad like me. I swear to God, I wish, because it's very important to speak your feeling, you know, like when you're feeling bad, when you're feeling happy, when you want to get advice. It's heavy, and it doesn't need to be your father, or it can be your friend, or like a separate person, you know, that you personally, yeah, not knowing, but yeah, it's always good to have someone.
Have you ever had difficulties to talk about certain things?
100%. Yeah.
Because because people see you as a very outgoing person.
Yeah.
But there are layers, right?
Yeah, 100%. I'm a sensitive guy. I have a very big mouth. Sometimes maybe too much. Sometimes I need to count till 10, you know. But yeah, I know that I'm always honest, and I think that's the most important part. But of course, I have layers, and yeah. It's not that you want to show that a lot to people, you know, but sometimes it's maybe good to cry or to say what you think, to say what you really think, but not always people appreciate it, you know. When they ask your opinion and you're giving it, it's like, yeah, sometimes people don't like it, but yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, you ask my opinion, I'm not gonna talk with the wind, you know, like because you like red, I'm not gonna say that I like red. Yeah, if I'm liking red, I will say it, but maybe I like blue more. Yeah, and that's I think you need to have arguments and good arguments as well. Like it's not that I'm saying this without saying why, or so I think you need to have
communication.
Yeah, communication is very important, and yeah, of course, it's not that I'm always the sensitive boy, but sometimes yes. But I'm very outgoing, what you say, and yeah, people think sometimes he's always the clown, but I'm not always the clown. I can be quiet at home as well on my own. So yeah,
I think that's interesting. Like, something I find really fascinating in sports is that we see more and more that people start working on their communication, but with a professional. Like they talk to a psychologist or a therapist, or even their personal trainer sometimes can be that person that they talk with. What do you think of that? That now it's getting more popular to have a mental coach?
No, 100%. I think it was a little bit taboo. I think in the industry, in the football industry, in the sport industry. Because it's like a macho. Everybody think that the football industry is like a macho world, you know.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit true. I think always the teammates that I have, I always want to be the best. You want to be the best. You want to be showing that you're strong. You're not weak. You know. When you have pain, you don't want to show your pain. When you got a little bit injured. Yeah, you don't want to show that you're injured on your opponent, because then he thinks, he's weak, and then I can fuck him up, you know. So I think it's a good thing that it's getting there now. The development of the mental part. In the COVID time that I was in Greece, there was at that moment there was an app, Clubhouse. And I was knowing a person, Peter Blonk. It's a veteran. Went a couple of times to Iraq or Afghanistan, he's my mental coach. He's like he went to my house, and we spoke with each other. We had a very good connection on the app. It's like it's like the speaking rooms, you know. Yeah. And sometimes we were speaking hours, but we never saw each other. And maybe that was also a sort of more easy because you're not seeing each other, but there was a click.
Yeah.
And then he was saying, Randy, I want to meet you. I think you're an interesting person, blah blah. And I was like holding it off a little bit. And at one moment I thought, let's go, man. Why not? And then we spoke with each other. I think a couple of hours at my house. That was also a thing. Most of the time I'm never. My house is an open house for my friends and my family, but people I'm not knowing, I'm not always playing to my house. Yeah, but I don't know. I thought let's come to my house, and maybe also it's how do you say that you trust your own space, you know? So yeah, it was for me a little bit.
Out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. So I was speaking with him, and listen, I cried, I laughed, he triggered me a lot, and that was very interesting. And we still have contact, and for me that's a good thing, because he's separated from my family, he's separated from my friends, so he is not taking
Any sides.
and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like we spoke about the situation with my old agent, where I had a little bit stress from, like I spoke with him about it, and it was top. It was good. Yeah. And the situation with the COVID, like being free agent and waiting for which club is coming. The clubs that were coming, you didn't get a license to work in that country, because of the COVID. They don't take foreigners at that moment. The countries that you could go to, you didn't want really to go to. Maybe it wasn't good with the contract, or for my family, it wasn't the country that you could live in, or it was, maybe too far away, or which reason? So that was a situation that was hard, and that was nice to have someone to speak about and with, and I think it's a very good development. I think for in the sports, and maybe not in the sport as well, but like for every
for everyone.
Yeah, for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know if it could be said, but just like people going to work out. Like you're basically also training your emotions there, communicating. Yeah. So it's good that it's getting out there, I think, as well.
Yeah, it's like I've like one sentence now at the moment, and I'm focusing on that. I'm focusing on the things I can control, and I'm not focusing on the things that I can't control. So I'm only do my thing. So the thing I can do at the moment is like sleep good, eat good, being fit, not get injured, getting stronger at the things that I need to be stronger, stay strong at the points that I'm good in, and train, like, and if I'm doing that, that's the things I have control over. So and my agent need to get me a club. If I'm texting him every day, sometimes I'm annoying, I know, for my agent, but I'm texting him every day. It not getting him faster a club for me, So the only thing I can do is sleep, eat, train good, not get injured, and focusing on that. And then it gives you now I'm thinking like this. It gives me so much rest, and I think. I'm saying, for example, there are boys that I know, and we are speaking about situation that they are in. I'm always saying that focus on the things that you can control, and leave the things that you can't, because it's negative energy. It's the energy that you can use for the positive things, for the things that you can control over. And since I'm thinking like this, it takes me
push it easy.
100%. I need to be there for my family. I need to be there for my 2 daughters. I need to be there for my wife. I need to be the best for my family. And I cannot be negative. I cannot be stressful. Why? Because they see it as well. My daughter, in the time that I was a little bit with stress, my daughter saw it as well. She was like, Daddy. She's 4.5 years old now. She's like, Daddy, why are you so sad? That breaks your heart if your daughter said this,
Yeah.
So I'm trying to learn her as well. I'm every day when I'm taking her to bed. She's 4.5 years old now. I'm every time saying, maybe she don't understand it now, but I'm always saying to her, do always what you love to do. There's no one who can say that you can't do anything. You always need to do what you want to do. Follow your dreams. It's like I'm always saying it every day. And maybe people think I'm crazy, but I'm thinking when I'm speaking with her from now till she's, I don't know how old, but she's learning it and she's taking it, and yeah, she wants to do her thing, you know. She's 4 years old and she's learning me sometimes things, you know, to be happy, to be doing your thing, you know. And sometimes, yeah, she's annoying as well.
I mean, it's a
But
child, right?
I have that too. Sometimes she thinks that I'm annoying. No, yeah, that's life, you know. But yeah, I want to be the best husband. I want to be the best father there is. I want to be the best family member for my family, and I want to be the best for myself. And that's since I'm thinking about like focusing on the things I can, not what I can't. I'm a different person now. So yeah, mentally I'm strong and yeah, I'm hunger for what's coming, you know, like
Yeah. Because was there a period in your life where you didn't feel like that?
The first time that I get injured, a big injury, it was like I was playing in Scotland and I was coming back to Holland because one of my best mates had cancer, and one of my best football mates had a car accident. And at that moment, I was like, I could stay there, but I was like, for me, I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna take a construction with the club to pay my contract off and coming to Holland because I wanted to be for the guys. And I was like, okay, first put your thing aside and let's think about yourself, but also for my friends, you know. I wanted to help them in their situation, but I didn't knew that I was had a big knee injury at 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, I signed for the club, so I was like 6 months out of running as well. And my mate who got a car accident, Leon de Kogel, was like a striker I played with at Utrecht, at Venlo, at Go Ahead Eagles. He's one of my best mates in the football industry.
Tech team.
Yeah, he was like getting me through the tough time that I had. But he was fighting for his life. He was fighting for his that he could walk again. But he was saying to me like, Randy, look at me. It could always be worse than you have. And I was like, what the fuck am I talking about, man? I'm angry that I'm injured, but look at my friend. Look at my best mate. He cannot play football anymore. Hopefully he can walk again. And he's saying to me, Randy, look at me, you know. And I was like, oh yeah, Randy, don't be selfish, you know. Shut up, work hard, try to be coming back stronger, you know. And those kind of things are learning moments, and yeah, that's friendship as well, you know. You help each other with the tough times. It was also like with my mate, same age, and he got cancer. He was like in the hospital, and yeah, we had some good conversations in the hospital, and yeah, that's taking you to another level. How you think in your mind and your head, and that at that moment, at the start of my injury, I was like, how am I gonna do this? You know, how I'm gonna be the old Randy again. How I'm gonna be taking crosses again, shooting again, doing your thing on the pitch, and that situation with the boys, and also with the boys that you're because in Zeist at the KNVB we had rehab with a group. With Joel Veldman, with Dico Koppers, Jeff Hardeveld, Chris David. There were some players who had big injuries as well. And the funny, or not the funny, but the good part is that you were together with the same goal. Different injuries, maybe same injuries, but most of them were different injuries. But you have the same goal, to be better again, to do what you think, do what you want to do, the best, what you love the most, and. At that moment, at this moment, we still have a group chat. We still have contact with each other. Still make jokes with each other. So that's a funny part. The sad times that you had, It's now you have some friendships out of it. You have some situations in your mind that you have like, oh, now I'm doing this on this manner, you know. But in the past, maybe you did it the other way. But I think out of sad times you take something, positives, you know. So that's good.
I think those hard times also are, in a way, required. If you want like a deep bond with someone, it makes it so much easier in a way when you go through something hard together.
You see how someone is most of the time when they are weak, when they are like, it's not going how they want to go. Then you see most of the time the real person, if it's good or if it's negative, but in a good or negative way. But you see most of the time,
I'm gonna quote Hans Kroon again yesterday, like during the podcast. He mentioned like if you're both together on an island in Ibiza, of course you're gonna be good friends.
Yeah,
everything's good there.
Yeah.
But if you're going through hell together, then you see.
100%. And then you see what you have. How do you say? I don't know how to say it in English, but how you what you have on each other. You know, like.
If you can build on each other.
Yeah, if you can build on each other. Yeah. So that's a good thing, I think. Yeah.
For yourself also, right? Like those hardships make you develop in a way.
Yeah, 100%. Like this knee injury, that was my biggest fear. I didn't want to have scars on my knees. I always said that. I didn't want to have scars on my knees. And at that moment, when it happened, I didn't really knew that it was happening because I was training with it through, you know. It was like the last 5 minutes of a training, and I get a ball from Achabar, and I was scoring the ball, and the goalie, we came shin against shin, and I was laying on the ground, and I had pain in my shin, and the coach were joking with me from calm, stand up and do your thing, and I was running back in the pitch, and my knee felt a little bit loose, and I wanted to jump, and I couldn't really jump again, and then I wanted to sprint it to a ball, and I couldn't really sprint again, and then the physio did some exercise to see mobilizing my knee, and I was like, oh yeah, and I was looking at his eyes, and I saw, okay, there's something wrong, but I don't know. I was like, it was the first week of the preseason, so I was like, the first game I can make it right, and he didn't really answer my question, so I was like, okay, that's gonna be a problem, I think. And then the next day, it's get a little bit fluid in my knee, you know, like water in my knee, and I was like, okay, but MRI, and then 2 days after, I get the call that I'm fucked, that I'm like that I have a big knee injury, you know. And so I was out 6 months, 5.5 months, and that was the biggest disappointment in my football career at that moment. Still is. It still hurts when you think about it, you know, because this is a thing. Also, a funny part was like I didn't trust anyone with my knee. If there was an exam to do to how do you say to operate my own knee.
Yeah.
If I could learn that in a week I was doing that. I wanted to operate my own knee.
And do it yourself.
Yeah, and I didn't want to had surgery on Monday. I didn't want to have surgery late in the afternoon because he worked all day and he wasn't sharp.
Oh, so
I not at on Monday because he had weekend. Maybe he was drinking alcohol the whole weekend.
Wow.
Them kind of things. I was thinking about them kind of things. So like I was like, no, I want to be one of the first in the morning that he's sharp, you know, and
yeah.
And
Wednesday morning.
For example, but so I had a conversation with the specialist, and he was said, listen, Randy, I'm one of the best. So don't think about the negatives and listen to the specialist. So
Yeah.
and yeah, my knee is okay. It's not the knee that I had before, but it's normal. But I'm doing okay.
Yeah. Damn, I think it's also really fascinating that you, like, when you have time to think about all those things,
Yeah.
your mind just goes to places that.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't have trust in I want to have control.
Yeah.
You know, and this was a thing that you need to give control to another person with your body, with your. This is my
Prized possession.
Yeah, this is my thing. These are my tools, you know, and that was like, people were saying, "You're crazy, man. You're crazy," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm crazy. I know." But if there was a possibility to do it, I was doing it 100%.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, it's better that they did it. So
Yeah. Looking back. Yeah, I mean, and also like you talked about stress a little bit.
yeah,
Like now you talked about like a physical injury. Stress is more on the inside, right? You
Yeah.
cannot see it.
yeah.
How do you go on about that?
Yeah, I had a situation with my old agent. I never really spoke about it in like this setting, you know, because yeah, normally I think about why should I do it, but the stress that I had stress in a situation that I didn't really have control about, you know, like I wanted to leave the agency that I was. I didn't really have a reason. There was no negatives. I only can speak positive about the guy. We had a good friendship. I like the person, you know, but I had some. I want to have a fresh wind, you know, like refreshing. Something refreshing. Someone who wants to fight, and maybe other markets, you know, Asia, the USA, some other markets that other agents were more specialized in than him. So yeah, he didn't really agreed with that, and yeah, there was a situation that he didn't really want to do anything for me as well. He was speaking about that, you know, and because I was leaving in anyway, and he was saying, yeah, if some other clubs are coming, yeah, then they need to speak with him about it, and then it's normal that it goes like this. But I was like, yeah, listen, we know each other for so long time. Just let me go, and I can do my thing, and you know.
Yeah.
But I didn't really knew that I had stress from it, because yeah, for my feeling, he didn't want to do anything for me as well. And other agents, they were like, because for me, I wanted to first taking care of this situation, and then I wanted to see which agent I was going to, and them kind of things, you know. But yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. That was he wasn't really saying it with these words, but you know when he know,
Yeah.
you know him, so you know when he's like, how do you say it?
You can feel that, right?
Yeah, you can feel it. Yeah. So I had stress from that situation, but I didn't knew it. My father was saying from moment one, you have stress, and I didn't really feel. Me, Randy, stress. Why should I have stress? I have a house on top of my head, you know, or a roof on top of my head. I've a beautiful daughter. I have a wife who's good for me. I have loving friends, loving family. So why should I have stress? But the situation that I was in, I couldn't really. I didn't have control about it, you know. So. And I was in this situation at the club as well that wasn't good because of this situation, for my feeling. And yeah, I had like physical problems as well because of it. But I didn't know that it was because of the stress.
Yeah, you didn't know the cause.
Yeah, I need to go to the toilet like every hour, maybe 2-3 times. We counted one time. I had 33 times that I needed to go in one day to the toilet. 33 times. Normally you go 5-6 times a day. And I was like, how is this happening, you know? And when I was waking up, the walls were coming to me, you know. My heartbeat was like going very fast. I didn't want to be alone. I always wanted to have someone in the house. So I was angry when someone wasn't there, but they needed to go to work as well, you know. So like, and then in the summer, when I was out of contract with my agent, my old agent, I was the stress, the going to the toilet, the going to the feeling that I had with my heart, and that I was like, it was gone in 1 week. In I was losing the feeling of the stress I had. It was lost in 1 week. But I went to the hospital. It was at that moment there was a moment that I was like, I cannot help it anymore, you know. I need to go to the hospital to see what's happening with me. And it was first day of Christmas. I went to the hospital and I was like, I have this. I need to go to the toilet every half hour when I'm drink. I was scared to drink water, or I was scared to drink. But I was thinking, if I'm drinking, I need to go to the toilet. But it is so annoying, so I'm not gonna drink. But if you're not drinking, you need to go to the toilet as well, because you get rid of your from your shit out of your body, you know. So I was scared for that. And then the hospital taking my blood, taking my pee, taking me in a scan, you know, everything. A couple of hours later, they say to me, I never had, not literally, but they say you're a very healthy guy. And I was like, so that's not the thing. There's nothing in my body that is like, it's the cause of it. And then, but I didn't want to accept that it was from the situation that I was in. And what I was saying before, like when I was out of contract with my agent, I lost every thing that I had, lost in 1 week. It was gone in 1 week. Didn't go to the toilet anymore as much as I had. The nerves that I had was gone. And then I had stress. I had stress. Then I accepted that I had stress. This is now the fourth time I think I'm speaking about it in not in this setting, but I never spoke in a setting like this about it. But the first time that I spoke, that was a clubhouse, and it was in a closed company, you know. And we talked about it with other agents and with other football players, but I didn't really knew that there were like listening 300 people, unknown people. And it's getting more and more. But the first time I spoke about this, I was crying. I was fighting with myself to speak about it, you know, because they were talking about situations with players, you know, that they were going easily from agent to agent, and they had to talk about the mental part about it, you know. And then I mute my phone, and then I was saying, yeah, this is the moment to speak, because I'm it's in my body, you know. I want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And that moment that I put the mute off so they could hear me again, and then I was saying, I want to talk with you guys about something. And then I had did this what I'm now saying was the smaller part. And if I'm speaking we
don't have to go into details, some things.
But when I'm speaking in Dutch, I maybe can word it, you know. But this is the small. But at that moment, I really spoke about everything that was happening, you know. And but it was so a fight with myself.
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest fight I had with myself ever, and. It was also maybe inspirational, motivational for people, because I had text messages from players that were in that setting, and they say to me, it's very good that you did. But when I spoke about it after the conversation we had, it looked for me, it was a feeling that I lost 20 kilograms. It was so much in my body, so much.
Yeah, it was heavy.
And I was so happy that I spoke about it. And now now I can speak about it easily.
Yeah.
I have no negative word about my old agent. 100% not.
Just with time, right?
And it was more the situation. Somewhere I understand him, but somewhere also not, because we were good friends as well. So if someone you're in a relationship with a girl or a guy or whatever, if one of
the two sides,
they don't want to anymore, it's not gonna work anymore, you know. So that was a thing. That was a big thing. And then I read some interviews from other football players, Kiesna, Van der Wiel, Zeefuik, and I recognized a lot of things. And then I accepted that I had a sort of stress, and I didn't. In my head, it was like Randy and stress. How could Randy have stress? It wasn't possible in my head. And my father said, listen, stress can get people in a wheelchair. So why should you, how do you say, why shouldn't you have stress? Why you think you cannot have stress?
You're not immune to stress.
Yeah. And after this situation, I accepted that I had stress. And and now I recognize the things, you know? So the feeling sometimes... when you get a maybe in your head, like that you know that you have stress, then you have stress. But when you don't know when you have stress, and you get the feeling, I'm like, oh yeah, this is the feeling. So I want to know where it comes from, and then it comes from there, boom, and the feeling is away. So I don't know. You understand a little bit what I'm saying? Yeah,
completely. I think like what you're referring to also is the first step was accepting that you had it.
Yeah.
Because if you keep on holding it off, then you don't want to accept that.
Yeah. And it's what we were saying before. It's a sort of taboo that you could have stress in the industry that we are living in. But no, it helps me a lot, and yeah, I have now the feeling that I can take the world. You know, I'm in the game. I'm not really stressful. I have pressure, but I'm not stressful in the football game.
Yeah,
it was more. This was a situation outside of my football, and a thing that you really hadn't the control over, and then you lost your control, and then you get that feeling, you know, and the funny part is in when I'm playing, so I wanted to go. Normally, for example, I'm one of the guys who is on time on football, and most of the time I always will investing in myself at the club, or doing extra exercise, or going back to the pitch with some balls and a goalie, or with some players. But in the situation that I was at that moment, I didn't really want to do that anymore. I wanted to go to the club, and I wanted to go as fast as possible to home again, to be in my own space,
safe space.
Yeah, with my wife, with my daughter, with family. I wanted to get people that I trust around me, you know. So I was a little bit getting annoying at the club as well. I was like, normally we train 2 times. On the pitch in the morning, and then we had lunch, and then you need to get rid of the lunch a little bit, like all that adjusting, and then you train the second time. But the second, for example, the first training was at 10 o'clock, 10:30, and then you train, and then you get 12:30 or 1 o'clock, you have lunch, and then you need to wait 1.5 hours or something for the second training. And I was like, yeah, why can we not train in a half hour or something? But we never did this. But I was saying, why should we could do that? If everybody wants to do it, we can do it. I was getting annoying as well. The coach was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Normally we always wait 1.5 hours. We now still gonna wait 1.5 hours. But I didn't really. He didn't knew my situation. He didn't knew why I was annoying, you know. and he still didn't know. But it's like normally, I'm trying to say that the things you normally do, you're not doing it anymore. You know, you like because of the stress, you're like changing as a person as well. So that was after I'm thinking about the situation, like if I'm thinking about it now, about that situation, I was like, yeah, I could do this better, I could do that better. I'm not saying I will do at this moment nothing wrong again, but I know that I did that wrong at that moment. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to look back at things and see how you can better yourself, right?
So taking the positives from the negatives, you know?
Yeah.
So learning from the negatives. So
yeah, I think that's a good growth mindset to have. You look at yourself and you're critical and this went wrong, and I think it's really confronting as well, because people like to just smooth sail, things happen, don't look back. Like we live in the future, but you have to look back at things that went wrong in the past 100%. In order to better yourself in a way, I think.
No, 100%.
And like this, like having stress in like football, because I think people from outside are like, yeah, you're playing football, you're just kicking a ball, and like you don't have anything to complain about. I think that like that's what someone that doesn't know sports or someone that has never been in a high pressure situation thinks about.
Yeah, it's like for example, I'm a funny guy. They say I'm a funny guy. It's strange to say that I'm funny, but
I'll say it. You're a funny guy.
But people always think that I'm the clown. I'm doing. How do you say it? I'm taking part of it. I know that that I make jokes. So it's normal that people say, but sometimes people forget how much work effort I have, how much time I invest in myself outside the pitch, to be stronger with a personal trainer, to go to the physio, to taking care of the little parts that I need to be stronger at, to get like mobilizing my knee, for example. People don't see it, and people listen. I'm not gonna scream, yeah, I'm taking a lot of time outside of the pit. Listen, if you see it, you see it. But I know when people work with me, they know that I'm a working beast. You know, I like to train. But outside, people outside the club, they think, oh, Randy, he's always joking. He's that. You know, so. And I don't care. I really don't care. For me, it's important the people that I work with, they know it. But sometimes it's annoying that people only think that you. But I'm doing it myself. I can be a little bit less on the
forefront.
100%. But I'm not forcing it. It's going like this.
Yeah.
I am how I am. You know. And but the other side is I had. At NEC, I had a message through the season in my DM from Instagram, and there was a supporter, and he wanted to thank me. I have the message still on my phone. He wanted to thank me that I was so positive in life, so energetic, so nice with my family, with my daughter, with my teammates. I was performing on the pitch. He was blessed that he could see me on social, for example, and he had the words like, "I was in a burnout, but because of the way you act on your socials, on the way you perform in the game, how passionate you are, how with your working spirit, the positive energy you give on your social media, you help me out of a dark place. You get me out of the dark place." And that message, I still have it on my phone. That says a lot, I think. That message is one of the most valuable message I had. And I was sending it to my mother, and my mother get emotional about it. You know, it's like, wow, this is amazing that you. I didn't listen, I didn't have any how do you say? It didn't cause me any difficulties because I didn't knew that I was helping him. But he was texting me, and he was saying this, and I was like, wow. I always said to my mother when I was young, I want to motivate people and inspire people. And this was the first time that someone told me that I helped him. You know, like I didn't know the guy. I never saw him, and that was for me was amazing that he was, and that gave me, because I was coming from a big injury as well, and that gave me so much courage, so much strength to do what I do and to still keep going at this moment. In the situation that I'm now in, you know, as a free agent, and I know there's something coming. There's a lot of movement, and I'm happy about it, you know. And now it's waiting for the right moment and the best thing that comes. But these kind of messages gave me the motivation to still keep going at doing what I'm doing, you know. And that's not from your family, but this is just a random guy.
Yeah.
And that's maybe more special or something, because I know my father will never. He's always in my back, always. If I'm taking good decisions, bad decisions, he's gonna always be there. He's always gonna be there. Or I need to fuck it up really, you know, with I don't know, but my wife, she's always gonna be there. My children, always gonna be there, you know. But these kind of, he didn't need to do it. He didn't. You could say it to other people, but yeah, this message is special.
Valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice, man. And like for some people, it's weird to see someone that in a way is really successful have that, like that they're like, oh, he's human also.
Yeah.
Like a message like that can have impact on him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's for example, I'm not the best player there is. I'm just a average player, you know. I'm not a bad player. I know that I'm not gonna play Champions League or something. But give me a chance to play Champions League, and I take my chance, you know. So I know that I could be for a good value for some Eredivisie clubs, some top first division clubs, but also abroad football. I know that I can be value for a lot of teams in Holland or outside of Holland, but I know that. But there's a different discussion about are they taking you at this moment, because I know that there are clubs in Holland that they know about me, and they say, yeah, we could use Randy. We could use him 100% with his crosses, with his shots, with his work effort, everything. But it's logical maybe that they taking a young guy from 22 years old or 21 years old, whereas they can sell it after he's doing well. You know, I'm getting older as well. But the other discussion is from with me, you know, what you're getting in the house, you know.
Yeah,
experience.
You have a track record.
Yeah, you know what you take, and sometimes it's annoying. Sometimes you don't know why should this happen? Why is that happening? Why are they taking him? Why are they not taking me, for example? But again, these are the things I cannot control. The only thing I can do is work hard, train hard, sleep well, eat good, train hard, not get injured. Don't do stupid things to get injured. Don't drink alcohol. You know, eating healthy. These are the things that I can control, and then the other things, yeah, it will come. It will come.
And are all these things part of your daily routine now as well? Do you have like that in place, that in the morning you wake up early, then?
Yeah. I'm an early
bird.
Yeah, early bird, and with your look, my oldest daughter needs to go to school as well. So we if my wife is working in the morning, I will take her to school. But it's good to do. For example, I'm training in the gym as well. Sometimes 7 o'clock in the morning, so I need to get early, like 15 minutes before 6. I'm, you know, hour 15 minutes. I want to wake up because I want to eat good, want to get a shower, cold shower. Then I'm online, you know. So, and then after you have more for your day as well. After this, when you get early out of your bed.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a sort of routine, 100%.
Yeah, the saying goes, early bird gets the worm. If you're up early and go to the training and everyone's still sleeping, you feel like...
Yeah, the Kobe thing.
Nothing can go wrong, though.
The Kobe thing, yeah. It's not like... I had last year, I was like maybe a little bit overtrained. Like I was going in the morning to my personal trainer, then I was taking a little food, go to my physio, treatment, and then I train sometimes a little bit there as well for the small muscles that needs to be stronger. Then I'm taking my lunch, go to the pitch with my guy who trains me on the pitch. You know, sometimes we have a small group, sometimes we're working with two, sometimes I was working alone with him, and that was my day. But in the evening, after dinner, my daughter was in bed, and my wife was working, but she's working at home. And I was like, yeah, I still got the energy. And my mates were saying, come, we play some tennis, or come, we playing five-a-side on the street, you know, or come, we play some futsal, or come, just we're running through a lake or something, you know. I was like, yeah, let's go. But then I had 4 training in one day, and I was like, if you're doing that 2 months in a row, yeah, you get overtrained, you get injuries. So now I'm like more filtering it, you know, like when I does this, I'm not gonna do the same training in the evening or something, you know, like you need to choose wisely. I'm getting older as well, so yeah, you're not the guy from 21 anymore. I'm fit, but you know, you need to, you know, your body as well. So that's part of your routine as well, but also like the experience you have now, and sometimes you need to fall to know what to do best, you know. So yeah, make a plan. I built a team through the years. I built a team around me with my physio, my personal trainer, my field trainer, and my mental guy, a masseuse guy, you know. So yeah, you build your
tech team.
Team. So yeah, you build your team around you, you know, and yeah, I'm happy to do that like this, and yeah, we still keep going. So
yeah, that's good. I think it also relates back to choosing for yourself, right?
Yeah,
we talked about it briefly before.
Yeah, 100%. Sometimes you need to choose for yourself. Eventually, everybody choose himself. Everybody, but it's a nice feeling to help someone else.
Of course,
I like it.
But I think like there's a misconception about this, is that if you choose for yourself, you're not choosing for someone else.
No.
But if you work on yourself, if you're not feeling good, then you can't give. Like you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
You need to feel good about yourself in order to
it's
give
like
that energy back.
Yeah, when you're good in your skin. That's also like in the past I had maybe some people who had maybe a negative influence on my person. Yeah, and I'm like not that I'm not saying hello to them anymore, but I'm like, okay, not need to roll with you every day.
Yeah.
And now I have the people around me who is like, I try to be with the people that give me good energy, positive vibes, because when I see positive vibes around me, it's gonna work like a ball, you know, like
snowball effect.
Snowball effect, yeah. If I'm always with people who are moaning or negative or like, I'm gonna moan as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be negative as well. So I'm always saying like, be positive, think positive. I'm a positive guy. Sometimes people get annoyed about it, but listen, I can be grumpy as well, 100%.
We're humans.
Yeah, like it's normal. Everybody has that. Yeah, I'm with my wife 14 years. Yeah, sometimes we want to stick each other behind the wall, you know. Like yeah, it's normal. It's normal.
Yeah.
But eventually, you know what you have with each other, and I know that I can build on her, and she can build on me, you know. So yeah, it's a stable thing, and yeah, I want to be with people who are like have maybe a little bit the same mindset.
Yeah.
Who wants to go 100%, who want to get their chances, take their chances. Yeah, have ambition, you know. Yeah, and I've very nice people around me to have to follow your dreams, you know, like taking the chances you can have. For example, my father-in-law is entrepreneur. Is like yeah, you've got some companies, and yeah, he's sometimes for me he's inspirational. You know how calm he is, how he people really cannot affect him in situations that I was maybe more direct. You know, yeah, and it's nice to see my brother-in-law, who got a company for himself now, and he's doing so well. And he's 29 years old, and he's like his margin last year was amazing, you know. So yeah, for me that are things that like that's family, but also like examples for me, you know. So motivational things. I have now a company with my best mate. In watches, we sell watches from the higher segment, you know. So and then you meet people as well, like exceptional football players, UFC fighters, Bellator fighters, like the MMA fighters, boxing guys, artists, rappers, but also small business people. I had 3 weeks ago or something. We went to a guy who was 18 years old, had his first how do you say year numbers?
Yeah.
So his first and he was buying with us his first watch. The twinkle in his eye were amazing because he had his first
It's an achievement.
Yes, his achievement. And it was like he was buying something value with it, and he was so happy with it. And we were bringing him happiness, you know. And then you speak with him, and then you hear the story about it, how he made what he is now achieved, you know, and that's funny. But also a top guy from a big company in Holland. He's in the code 500. And he knows me as the expressive guy that I am, the happy guy, the clown. But now we were talking business, and I was a little bit straight, like hard, you know. And he was like, "Oh, I thought you were." I didn't know that you could be serious, you know. So that's also fun to surprise people that they that they see other part of me, you know. And now I'm getting older as well, and yeah, you have now a company. I'm now with the clothing line, you know, with him that I'm doing the watches with, and another guy we have a clothing line. So yeah, it's like it's nice to do something next to football as well.
Yeah.
And it's like it's nice to have that development as well, to learn, because the watches we are now doing like a half year, I think, maybe a little bit more. But if you see how it was going before and now, You know, it's like it's funny.
It's a beautiful development.
Yeah, our mentor behind me and my friend who does the watches, he's like Nico van der Horst. He's like one of the biggest in the world at the moment.
Really entertaining guy as well.
Yeah, he's like he's you know him. He's
Of
like
course.
and he's our mentor, you know, and he let us swim. He let us make mistakes every day. He's sometimes he's not picking his phone up or leave us in the way of make the solution yourself. Learn it the hard way, because he was from zero to the place he is now in, and we already have a little bit how do you say it? We are 1-0 in front, you know, like
Yeah.
we have him,
Yeah.
the best mentor.
You have an advantage.
Yeah, advantage. Yeah, that was the word. So the best mentor in the scene at this moment. He's outgoing. He's speaking what he's thinking about. The best mentor we could wish we have. So yeah, we are blessed with this, but we also need to learn it the hard way. So that's good. And now if you see how we were doing it, like a half year, maybe a little bit more, and now how you see how we do it now, how much watch we are selling now, and buying it in, and working together with his team, that's nice. That's good. And yeah, it's this part that we are here, but we want to be here, you know,
Yeah.
like. And that's good, and that's the motivation, the working effort I had in football. I see that I have it in this industry as well. So yeah, it's nice to be an entrepreneur. I think.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah. So that's a good. That's also a positive thing. So yeah.
I think we mentioned it a few times on this podcast, but it relates back to like not focusing on things you don't have control over.
Yeah.
Very stoic way of thinking. They also preach that one should not should be grateful for what they have,
Yeah.
but always hungry for more.
Hungry for more. Yeah.
And I think that like now, for example, what you do, like you're working on all different aspects,
Yeah.
you're continuously like bettering yourself.
No.
It's good.
Yeah, it's like the danger part is also that you not need to do too much other things. I think you have like 2 hands. You
Yeah.
cannot do work for 10 hands, you know. So, but these 3 things at the moment I am doing, yeah, I can mix it good, you know. So like and with my family, they're supporting, and my parents, my parents-in-law, they are very supporting. So yeah, that's good. That's I think when the house is there, you know, the roof.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, you know. And yeah, I'm not a guy who's gonna sit in the corner and doing nothing. I want to be part in this world, you know. I want to do my thing, and I want to give something back for my family, for my daughters, for my wife. I want that they have a good life, you know. And yeah, that's for me a drive. And I'm not talking about material, but I'm speaking about just a good life, just that there's food on the table, you know. And that's important for me, that they have a good life.
Yeah, I think you're giving them a great example by doing so much. I think for younger children, as you mentioned, like when times are going a little bit, when times a little less, like children are so smart, like they feel things.
Yeah.
But when you're out there, when you're working, when you're doing your best, when you're training, she sees that also,
Yeah.
and that inspires her on a level that, you know, she can't communicate it with you, but she sees it.
Yeah.
And just the frequency that you're on, like.
I had like I had a game last year, and it was we lost the game, and then I'm grumpy as as hell, and I was coming because it was an afternoon game, so I was coming and she was still up, so I was coming home. And she was like, "Hey, Daddy, did you win?" And I was like, "No, darling, I didn't win." And she said, "Nah, then we can start over again, right?" I was like, "Yeah, in this situation, we can't." And she didn't really want to. I don't know if she understand what I was saying, because yeah, of course, we cannot do the game over until we win and we get the 3 points. So we lost the game, we don't get the 3 points. But I said, yeah, we cannot play the game over, you know. So I was like, oh, okay, next time then. You know, she's at that moment she was just 4.
That's
4 years old.
insane.
I was like, she was like, yeah, Randy, what are you? What are you? Why are you so angry? Of course you're angry, but now you're at home. You're with your family. Why be so negative? You know, it's the most beautiful thing. But she was learning me at that moment. Afterwards, I was thinking about, yeah, of course. Next week, there's another game, and then I need to be the best. You know, so sometimes I'm like, it's amazing how she is like inspiring me as well, and that's funny. That's she's 4 years old. She's 4 years old, and she was like saying, "Yeah, Daddy, okay, you cannot start over again. Can we start over again? No, we can't. Okay, no, next time then. Yeah, next time. So one day to be disappointed, and then we go again.
Yeah.
So that's yeah, that's funny that sometimes children can be children, they always say children say always the truth. So yeah.
It sounds like a very pragmatic approach to look at life, just solution based.
Yeah, it's not always. Listen,
Of course, no, but for a child, like if she already has that, like that promises a lot of good things.
100%. Like yeah, and at the moment and the time that we are living in now, if you say something, if you give your opinion, they put you already in a box, you know. So if you say something about a woman or someone who is different, different mindset, or you have a different mindset, in the time that we're living in now, it's always, most of the time there you get negative feedback because of it, and I'm thinking a normal healthy mind is not thinking about a blue black or black white yellow or oh, he's gay, or you know, like a normal mind thinks yeah, I like you. If I'm not being best friends with everyone, but I can be normal to everyone.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I don't need to be your best friend, but my how do you say, the way I'm living and yeah, your behaviors, like I don't need to be your best friend, but yeah, your behavior to other people, that can be normal, you know. If you have strange shoes, why should I? You can make maybe a joke about it, but not over someone is to hurt his feelings, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm always thinking about a healthy person is not thinking to put people in boxes. But at this moment in the life that we are living in now, yeah, it happens a lot. It happens a lot.
I have a question for you. Like, I mean, on social media, you have a lot of followers, and I can imagine in the past when you had like a football game, like would you receive hate comments?
Yeah, 100%.
How did you go? How did you deal with that?
Yeah, at the beginning when I was younger, it was like I wanted to fight with everyone because with me it's like it's very good, or people they like me a lot or they don't like me. That's always that's I have this all my life, like always had. You like me a lot because I'm very
outgoing.
Yeah, outgoing, but also my opinion.
Yeah, you're expressive. You express your feelings.
And but yeah, at the start of your career, you're reading the comments, and most of the time they are positive. So you have 100 positive comments, but you see the 3 that are negative, you know. But 3 on 100, yeah. Well, that's nothing. That's really nothing. But you want to be at that moment. You wanted to get everyone happy, you know.
Of course.
But you can't. You cannot. That's impossible. That's impossible. And now I don't care, man. I don't really care. If you hate me, you hate me. There are people, for example, there are still supporters of Venlo, for example. There are 2-3 people. If they are talking about a winger from there's a discussion about a winger or something from the women's team, Lieke Martens, for example, and the one way or another, I'm coming in that discussion. You know, they putting me. I don't know. You know, but most of the people they see me, they love me there. You know, but yeah, they're yeah. I don't know what happened. But there's one moment been maybe in their lives that I don't know, I hurt their feelings or something.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I really don't care. I'm like, I think that says more about them than about me. You know, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
But when they see me in my face, they are, hey, happy you. Can I get a picture?
Together.
Yeah. But I don't care. If you're doing like this, if you're happy to speak about me. You have a Dutch saying. They can better speak about you than take food from you. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I'm doing my thing. You're doing your thing. I have no control over what you're thinking about me.
Yeah.
If I behave good, and your opinion about me is like, yeah, shit, yeah, that's your opinion. You don't need to. Not everyone needs to. Think that I'm a nice guy. Yeah. You know how many people there are in the world? Come on. Yeah, some people they think I'm annoying. And some people they think I'm funny. Some people they think I'm a stupid guy. I'm not funny. Yeah. But that's their good right? It's like yeah. So I'm like now at this moment I'm like, because my mindset is so different now than I was younger, and also you have experience now and yeah. It's like yeah, I don't really care. And of course, if you say you don't care, you're lying, because everyone care. But my focus is not on that anymore. Of course, if someone says, "Oh, Randy plays a shit game," and the people on ESPN they will say, "Oh, Randy was very bad today." If I'm lying, if I'm saying that I don't care, I'm lying. You care 100%. But is there your focus? No. I'm gonna show them the next game that I'm good.
Yeah.
And then they were talking, and then I want to know if they were saying. But if I show the next game that I'm the best, they were speaking. Hey, Randy was last week. He was shit, but today he went good out of his bed. You know, weet je? Dus ja, it is like, yeah, I don't know. It's like different ways where the focus is. You know.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes it's difficult because people think that they know you. For example, at NEC as well, I was walking with my wife. Oh, no, not with my wife. I was walking with my friend and my daughter in the city center, and we were walking. And Sensi, that's my name of my daughter. She was like walking in front of us because there are no cars there. It's only it's Autolieu, you know. It's like
it's out of free street.
Yeah. So it's very safe. And she was walking, and then there was a guy coming, and he wanted to pick my daughter up. I said, "Hey, Sensi!" Wow. It was a supporter of the football team I was playing with, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Yeah, that's your daughter. Hey, how are you? Blah. I said, "Well, listen, you can do everything, you can say everything, but you're not gonna pick my daughter up out of nowhere." Yeah, but I know her. I see her on social media. I said, "Listen, you know, sometimes people think that they can say everything about you, that they think that they know you, but these kind of things, that's like." You have a line, and that's over the line, I think, you know. And I was saying that he shouldn't do this, and he was looking at me and like that I was the fool, that I was saying that he cannot pick up my daughter, you know, out of nowhere. And sometimes you think, am I now crazy the way I think now? Because they think it's strange that you give your opinion then at that moment, you know. They think, oh, but yeah, if I do it the other way around, he's not knowing me, but I'm knowing him. For example, I'm always seeing him walking by, taking care of his dog with his daughter, and I'm taking his daughter up. Oh yeah. You know, it's like, it's strange. Sometimes people, they think you know you because they see how you're acting on the pitch or on social media, for example, and they think they can say everything to you, and they think that they know you, but they don't, you know. And but that's the part of life that you have. But with them kind of things, listen, you can say everything against me, everything. If you don't like me. But it needs to be respectfully, you know. But yeah, these kind of situations that are strange situations. I never had it before, but yeah. And then sometimes, yeah, people think they have carte blanche to do everything they think they can, you know. They think they can do something.
Yeah, I think they're capable of doing everything.
Yeah. So yeah, that's these are funny moments, funny things.
Yeah.
It's also like people are saying, yeah, I want your shirt. I want your shirt. It's not like, is there maybe a possibility that can you have your shirt? No, I want your shirt. I was like, okay, you know, yeah, I want a lot of things. Yeah. So yeah, sometimes, but it's funny as well. Now I can laugh about the situation, you know, with my daughter. But if you are
in the moment,
yeah. But if you are analyzing the thing as well, if you are thinking at first, you think that guy had never negative attention, no chance. He was, but still, it's a strange thing to pick up my daughter at that moment, you know. So yeah, it's the way how it is, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, those are the things that come with being a public figure, right? Like some people think that they are, you know, like they think they know you. But,
yeah.
I mean,
but listen, I'm average, I'm average.
Yeah.
I have some exceptional things, but I'm average, and I'm an outgoing guy, maybe more than other. There are some boys who are the same as me, but a lot of boys are maybe a little bit less. But listen, you have football players much more famous, and they cannot walk on the street anymore, you know. So that's, I have a friend, Mart Hoogkamer. It's crazy, his life at the moment. He cannot walk on the street anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, these kind of things, that is for me is also like, yeah, it could always be worse, you know, or worse. It could always be more.
Yeah.
And it could always be less as well. So yeah, it's also enjoying the moment, you know. It could be over as well.
I've always wondered how it is if you have that, if you're like that famous that in a way like it has like diminishing returns in a way that you cannot go, that you cannot like walk with your wife on the street. Like that seemed like such a strange thing.
Yeah, I've how do you say it? I have listen, I can walk on the street. I can if I have days they don't know who I am, you know.
Yeah.
But the football fans, if they see me, they know me. But it's normal. I like it. It's nice.
Yeah.
It gives you a good feeling as well. But my friend Mart, he's like, listen, sometimes it's not nice anymore. If we're walking in the shop street, you know, it's like, it's crazy. And then you think, and he's saying as well, I choose for it. I chose for this life. But if he had a wish, he will swap that kind of things. He will swap it for everything. But yeah, he got wealthy from it. You know, he got. That's the other side, of course. He gets a lot of money for it. That's the other side.
Yeah.
That makes it a little bit okay. But if he could choose to be anonymous and to do his thing, he would choose for it 100%.
I think there's also, it's maybe a little bit funny, but Boof in one of his songs, he says, if I could pay 2 million to be unknown, then I would do it directly.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. No, what I just said, I'm average, you know, and in my prime, yeah, of course, everybody wants to have a picture, and then that. Yeah, I was taking dinner with my wife, and then you see the flashlight from a distance. And I'm like, why should you take a picture from a distance? You know, just walk to me and say, hey, let me. Can I get a picture? You know.
Yeah.
These things are strange, or like that you get a DM. Oh yeah, you've been seen. You're now there and there. And I was like, how the fuck does he know that I'm there? You know, or that I'm at the club. And at the club they say, well, oh yeah, you were 10 o'clock at Pathé in The Hague. I was like, yes. Is that a problem? So, yeah, but it's late. Today we need to train it. I was like, and who told you this? Yeah, a supporter.
Eyes in the sky.
Yeah, eyes in the sky. I was like, and there were supporters who knew the car signs.
Wow.
They knew the names with the cars. You know,
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But yeah, that happened as well. But eventually, you can laugh about it. You know,
Yeah.
and it's not that they have. Most of them, they don't have negative intentions with it, but you have people who are they can fuck you up with things, you know.
Yeah. A question that I'm also curious about, and I think that could help many younger football players, is: do you have any advice for the youth that are getting into football? They have their first contract, or they have a ambition to become a professional football player?
And the most important thing is that you love the thing you do. So just keep loving what you do. Have fun in what you do, and I think the most important thing is that never let anyone say to you that you can't do it. You know, so always believe in yourself. And try the best and focus on the thing you can control. So train good, invest in yourself outside the pitch, eat good, sleep good, and stay positive. Even even if it's not your day, you know. Try to get the positive things out of the shit moments. So thinking in problems and not in thinking in solutions and not in problems. I think that's the most important thing, and believe in yourself. So don't let anyone say that you can't do anything. So
I think the best way to sum it up, just like your daughter said, next game.
Next game, yeah, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, if it goes wrong.
Yeah.
And then the very last question would be, what does success mean to you?
Success, yeah. The feeling of success is amazing. You know, the feeling that you have from success is that's one of the best feelings there is. Success in life, to have a roof above your head, to can take care of your family, to be healthy. That's success as well, I think. What means it to me? It's important. It's not everything, because, just being home and with your family and for example working from 9 to 5 day job. It's also success, I think. That you can take care of your family and your people around you. I think that's success as well. So yeah, what does it mean to me? Yeah, I think it's important as well. I think but it's not that you need to have success to be happy. I think just be you. Just be you, and then success will come.
Yeah, Yeah, I think success can be like worded in a lot of ways. Just being able to be with your family is
Yeah,
success.
yeah, that's success as well. I think when you're good in your skin, you're happy, then you have success as well. So, yeah, success in prize wise with football and taking a nice transfer to another club, or that kind of success is amazing. Believe me, but being there for your family and being the husband for your wife and yeah, that's I think that's maybe more important success.
Yeah, beautiful, bro. I think a good way to end the podcast. And
that was nice. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for your time, bro. We appreciate it. And
Same.
we can't wait to see you flame in the next season, hopefully.
Hopefully.
And
thank you, man. Thanks for having me as well.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been.
Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! You should be a monster, and then you should learn how to control it.
It all comes from life lessons, and the lessons are learned through struggle.